right, are we recording yet? Yeah.
Dawn,
Yes,
will this page be on Patreon?
they'll all be on Patreon, yes.
Thank you.
Yep, so take notes, but just remember that, yes, all of these pages, and then I have another one for memorizing presets. Hopefully, those of you looked at Robert's. I asked you to go ahead and look at Robert's variety class that he did on presets on September 2nd or 3rd, and he did a really nice job. And so if you have any questions on that, we can embellish on that a little bit too, because that seems to have a little more problems or questions than just doing a straight up recording. Okay, so your CD or your stick or your disc, okay, one of these things, or your floppy disk. There are two functions for this. The first one is to save your presets. Save your presets. The second thing is to record your songs. Okay? So there's two functions for your stick or disc. Your presets, your songs, recording yourself. Well, why would you even want to record yourself? I'll tell you what, as a teacher, I think you should always record yourself periodically so that you can double check and see how much you've improved. If you're just starting, if you do not have an instrument that records, and I doubt if there's any of you there that have that. Wow, we have 60 people on right now. That's incredibly, yeah. Record a song that you love, that you're having a good time with, and record it to your stick or disc. Okay, why? So that you can listen to it 6 months down the road, record it again, and then step back and listen to both of them and go, oh my goodness, yeah, I've improved a lot. That's what recording is about. Some of you also have kids that want to know how you're doing, what you're doing, and so that's when you want to send them either the CD, and this organ has a CD burner, or you want to just send them the stick. Those of you that have the MP3 capabilities, you can just take the stick and send it to them, and they can stick it into their car or into their computer, and then they can play things that you did for them. Okay, any questions so far? Nope. I have a group of people behind me here too, so I'm going to be answering questions from them.
Dawn, I do have a question.
Okay.
Is the CD-ROM read-only or read-write?
It's a rewrite. It's a CDR.
CDR.
And
Okay.
if you get a CDR music, that's probably even better. But it's a CDR that you're going to be using. And this one says CDR music.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Okay, so that's what you're looking for. Now, you have to be cautious with this. You can record directly to this, but if you do, you don't erase and you can't delete. Once it goes on the CD, it's done. Okay, so that's the only problem. So that's why I always recommend, if you're going to record a song, do it to your disc or your stick first. You know why? Because you can delete it, you can erase it, you can change it, you can do whatever you need to do. You can record it 10 million times on your stick and choose the best one to put onto the CD. Okay, that's why I highly recommend first putting it onto your device. All right, can you record without a device? Only if you have the fanfare and the journey that don't have the device. Then you're doing internal recording. Okay? But if you've got a device handy, your stick or your disc, then you must record and have this in. And I do have step-by-step things on how to do this. Any questions from, oh, hello, this is so much fun having people on both sides of me. Any questions back here so far? No? No? Okay.
John,
Mm-hmm.
I have the symphony. I think I could record right within the organ, right?
On the
Without a
symphony?
disc?
No, you
Yeah.
have to use your stick. You have to record onto the stick. You can't just record into the organ. Now, you can save presets. That's a whole different thing. Remember, this has
Are you
two.
going to show us that? Are you going to show us how to save on presets?
Yes, I'll do that as well.
Great.
Because like I said, this is going to take 10 minutes. This is so easy. Recording on your sticker disk is one of the easiest things you could ever do. And a lot of people are just scared to do it. And I think part of the problem is we don't want to hear ourselves. We're kind of scared to hear ourselves. Well, guess what? The only person that ever has to hear yourself is you. And why do you want to hear it? So that 6 months down the road, you can say, yeah, I'm improving. I'm doing much better.
I'm ready
this
for
is-
Broadway.
Yeah, exactly. Ken, this is the CD I'm talking about. Floppies, yes, floppies are different. The floppies are different, but you have to have the SU organs that have the floppies. Yeah, the question was, are you going to talk about the floppy disks? Yes. When I'm talking about a USB stick, that is interchangeable with a disk, depending on which organ you have. Wow, this is still. Remember this morning in class how I was about a half a second off? Wow, I still feel like, wow, my camera's weird today. Okay, so let's get started on how to record to a stick or a disc. How do you record a song to a stick or a disc? Oh, here comes Nona. Let's let her in. No, that's Mona. This is Nona. I got Mona behind me and Nona over here. The first thing you want to do is insert your stick or disc into the instrument. Make sure that your disc, if you are using one, that the window is closed, the little window is closed so that you can record. You'll know right away because it'll tell you in the window that you can't be recording on it. That just locks it up. So you want to insert your stick or disc into the organ. That's the first thing. Number 2, set your organ up according to how you want to play. Now if you're using, oh, here comes Emmett. If you are using the presets, just play the way you would normally play, going from preset to preset to preset, if you've already saved your presets. If you're just playing something basic, like, oh, I think I'm going to go to song setup, go to my alphabet, let's do let it be, song setup, let it be, okay? It can be something just as simple as that. Now I'm ready to play. Now I'm ready to play. All right, so what do I do next? It's set up. It's all set to go. Now I want to come over to the music recorder. Where's the music recorder? It's usually on the right-hand side. Okay, so you come over to your music recorder. Hopefully you're all close to your instruments because I don't have a second camera here to be able to show this. I don't know if I can get this around enough. Oh, careful. No, we can't stretch things because I got things. All right, so it's going to be right over here. Just so you know, it's going to be right over here. We'll just leave it where it is. We'll just leave it where it is. Okay, so you're coming over to your music recorder, and you're going to press something. Record! It's that easy. That's what I said. This is going to be the fastest lesson ever. So if I press record, and you're going to wait. You're going to wait for the lights to start flashing. Come on. Oh, it's accessing my files. My stick is still accessing files. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm waiting for my record lights. You're going to have all kinds of flashing red lights, and you're going to listen for a tick, 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 tick. Don't start until you hear that tick, 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 tick. And that is actually your time so that when you start playing, you kind of know how fast you're going to go. The next thing you're going to do is play your song. So if I touch introduction, if I activate it with a chord, it's going to start recording. All right, here we go. And I'm going to stop right there. When you're done with your song, you go back to your music recorder and you press stop. Uh-huh. Is it easy? Yeah. And then I'm going to have 4 green lights are going to show up. That means that it recorded. So now I'm going to have 2 choices. I'm going to listen to it, and if I'm satisfied, then I can rename it. If I don't like how it sounded, I can kill it and do it again. Okay? All right, so I'm going to press play in the music recorder. Press play. It's easy. If you like it, then you can name it. How do you name it? All right, here's where you're going to use your screen. You go to your USB or your disk. There's a little button here in the window, and you touch it. And if you read all these things, it says load presets, save presets. Well, we're not working with presets. So we want to go to the second side, load song presets, copy song, rename song, or delete song. Those are the 2 you're looking at, the last 2. You're either going to rename it or you're going to delete it. So if you wanted to rename it and save it, you go to rename song, and you have to find your song now. And it went into slot number 71. I have a very full stick here. It's usually the last slot that you have on your stick. And it says song 71. Okay. So I'm going to touch it, turn it blue, and it comes up in the window. It says song 071. And it's got a little cursor line under the S. And it says uppercase, lowercase, numbers and symbols. And all you're going to do is, it's kind of tedious, but you're going to rename your song. And so I'm going to go to uppercase, then I'm going to scroll to the L's. You scroll. Then you go to an arrow that goes this way, and your little cursor is going to go to the next letter. I want lowercase, or you can leave it on uppercase if you want. And I'm going to scroll till I get to an E. How simple is this? It's very simple. And if you mess up and you make the wrong letter and you go too fast, go back and redo it. It's going to be exactly what you put there. Let go 71. Okay, that's fine. Let go 71. That's pretty good. And then at the bottom, you have 2 choices on the very bottom of your screen. It says cancel or rename the song. And if you like it, you touch rename song. And song is now renamed, and it's on my stick, all renamed. So the next time I try to play it, I know exactly where it is. Questions? That is simple, isn't it? I told you guys this was going to be so easy that the lesson would be done in about 10 minutes. It's that easy. Now, what happens if I didn't like it?
Cancel?
Nope, cancel isn't going to do it. But I'm going to do the same process. I'm just going to go to USB. There is an erase button over here.
Erase it.
I'm not going to use the erase button. There's an easier way.
Delete.
Delete. Correct. Delete. So I'm going to go back to the screen. I'm going to touch USB. And remember, the last 2 are your most important ones. One is rename, one is delete. So I'm either going to rename it because I liked it, or I'm going to delete it because I didn't like it. So now I'm going to touch delete song. And again, all my files come up in the window. And I'm going to scroll until I get to the one that I want to delete, which was number 71. And it's already renamed, but I'm going to delete it anyway. Touch it, turn it blue, and it will give you a choice. Delete song, yes or no. So you actually can't make a mistake. They're always going to continue double checking with you. So delete the song, yeah, get rid of it. Song deleted. So now my 71 slot is free to put in another song or record it a second time. That's it. Are you guys amazed?
Question.
Yes.
I want to record Take Me Out to the Ball Game, but I'm not too sure it's in song setup. What if I pick a song I want to record, but that isn't in the song setup? Can I still record it?
Absolutely, it doesn't have to be in song setup. You can set this up any way you want. For example, I have Let It Be on my presets. I already saved my favorite presets that I wanted to use. You can say, okay, take me out to the ball game. It's not in song setup. I think it's a waltz. Okay, so let's find a waltz, and you can practice and find the waltz you want. Find the preset that you want,
I have that already.
and set that all up. Yes, you do
Yes.
not have to have it in song setup to record it.
Oh, okay, good. Good.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm not
You
sure.
set it up any way you want to set it up. If you've got presets, use your presets. If you just want to use one or two sounds, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But you play the song the way you would normally play it if you were playing it live. You're just going to record it.
Okay, thank you. I wasn't too sure because it's the beginner songs in the red book, the series, and I didn't know if that was in there.
Yep.
I
Then
think-
recording yourself is just a good way for you to say, "Oh my goodness," because how wonderful am I playing now? Wow, wow! You're going to amaze yourself. You're not looking for your mistakes. You're not, because you're going to make some. Guess what? You can't avoid making mistakes.
Yeah, no. And I don't care as long as they recognize the song.
Correct. That's exactly correct. You don't care about making mistakes. I don't.
No, I don't worry about that, no.
I will give you some advice. If you record the song and you liked it and then you recorded it again in the next slot, now you've got two versions of the same song. If you messed up on both of them, don't keep going. Come back tomorrow and do it a different day. Okay? Because the more you keep trying to correct it, the more mechanical it's going to be, because now the only thing you're thinking about is not making a mistake. So
Yeah.
don't do that. Play it twice. If you mess up once, play it again. If you mess up the second time, stop and do
Okay,
it again tomorrow, because you want it to be as musical as possible.
right.
Okay? The more you try to fix it and make it right, and I know this from experience because I worked in a recording studio for a while doing our own demos and stuff back when I was in a band. And the more you try to make it perfect, the more mechanical it starts to sound, and you take the musicality away. So do it once. If you mess up, do it a second time. If you have two takes and they're both okay, but they both have mistakes in it, and you're all right with that, pick the best one and delete the other one and be done with it. Because nobody cares about your mistakes. People want to hear music from your heart. They want to hear the musicality of the music.
Right, right. And this is for one other thing I'm doing is for a wedding. So I don't want to sound
okay.
mechanical. I'm going to do the Hawaiian wedding song also.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay, do I have to run through all that again? Because that's the whole lesson right there. It really is so easy to record yourself on these fabulous Lowrys, and people are just afraid to try. So I am going to have this on Patreon. You are going to have a step-by-step, everything you need to do. You cannot mess it up. Guaranteed.
Okay.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, I'm going to try it.
Okay, Mr. Sedato, Rich has a question here. I don't have the chat up. Let me get the chat. Are songs saved on a stick saved numerically or alphabetically? Okay, they're saved in the order that you record them. Okay, they're not saved alphabetically or numerically. Well, numerically, yes, because they're in the order that you recorded them. So what I would do, you can name it on the stick. That's the easiest way. When you get to rename song, just rename whatever it is. And that way you'll know exactly what's there. If you don't have the time to rename a song, make sure you keep a notebook. Song 1 is this, song 2 is this, but you can go in and rename them all. And do it while you're doing the recording, because that's going to be the easiest for you. Yep.
Hey, Dawn,
Yes?
my question was, how do I do a direct MP3 recording?
You have to hit the audio before you start.
Yeah, I've done that.
That
but-
audio button is your MP3 button.
And it'll record it directly from my
And it should-
play?
Yeah, yes, yes. Sean, correct me if I'm wrong on this. I think you do more with MP3 than I have. Does she she has to hit the audio and go directly to her stick or to the, well, yeah, she's on a marquee, so that's going to.
Correct. It works exactly like the CD recording. You just
Okay.
press audio first. Yeah,
Yes, okay.
the purple
All right,
button.
That's what I thought.
It's in MP3.
Yep. Then it'll be an MP3 file, and you can just play it on any computer and throw it in your car right off the bat.
But doing it,
Yeah,
redoing it, it takes forever to do that. So,
yeah.
you know,
Well-
trying to work a way to do it. Okay.
It's that simple to do it, that I know. Yeah.
Well, all
But
right,
again, do it
Yeah.
once. If you mess up, do it a second time. If you mess up again, wait until tomorrow to do it again, honest and truly, because the more you keep trying to make your corrections, the more mechanical it becomes, the less musical it becomes. Yep.
That's my question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, is doing it on the stick first and then convert it. Yeah, yep. Yeah, if you want to do it on your stick first, you just do it on your stick first and then you convert it to an MP3.
That's what I was trying to eliminate.
Yeah,
Because I have 150
you can do it directly, yes. You can
Yeah.
do it directly to MP3 right off the bat, so you don't have to keep
Yeah.
doing
Yeah,
those.
the other way of doing it, because that's what I've been doing for 3 years now.
Oh, yeah, I know you've been making a lot of recordings. We have a
Yeah.
lot of people that are doing that. Yep.
Dawn, when will this be on Patreon?
As soon as Robert gets it there.
What would you say, like within a week?
I would say within 3 days.
Yeah,
Oh,
usually
good.
2 to 3 days.
Yeah.
Hey, Dawn.
Okay,
I have
yes.
a question.
okay.
If you're using a new stick or a new CD, do you not have to format it first?
In the newer organs, you usually don't.
Okay,
Yeah, the newer organs, you normally can just throw it right in and do it. And
Okay.
record. Yeah. Oh,
There was a question on what size stick.
what size stick? As small as possible. Now, I know Billy Ingles recommends using half a gig. If you can get half a gig, do it. These are very hard to find unless you go online. If you can get a 2 gig, those are fabulous. If you can get a 4 gig, those are fabulous. I wouldn't go too much above an 8 because it takes longer to read the stick. It just takes longer, and then you got to sit and wait for a long time. I wouldn't
I
go any
think-
higher than 8.
I use an 8 and it works fine.
Yeah, the 8s are okay, but don't go to the 64s. Don't go to the big ones because then it's going to lock everything up because you've got way too much stuff to read. Okay, Jerry wants to know if I'm going to cover transferring to a CD. Yes, I am. Now, not everybody has to do that. So, because if you're sitting in the organs that no longer have the CD, you don't have to do that. Once it's on your stick, you can convert something right into the computer. You can just convert it to a CD. Now, if you've got the CD burner here, okay, it's actually kind of tedious. It's not as easy to do as recording to your stick or disc. But again, I have right here a 10-point way to convert to your stick, or to your CD. First, record all your songs to your USB or your disc, because now you can erase and redo to your heart's content until you're satisfied with the final result. Then you place the CD in the CD tray. Make sure you use the CDR, and the CDR musics are the best. Now you're going to press display, because display is going to bring it up here. You press display. Then you want to make sure your volume pedal, this guy down here, is all the way forward, pedal to the metal, full volume, because that's what's going to be how loud this is going to be. Make sure that that's all the way down. That's important. Then you're going to go over to your master volume, which is over here. Let's get this back over here a little bit. All right, we're good. We're good. Yep. You're going to come over to your master volume and bring that down. You know why? You don't want to scare the dog or the neighbors, because if you already pedal to the metal, you want to make sure your master volume goes down, because otherwise it's going to blast. All right, now make sure that your fast forward button on the music recorder, and remember, you got to have your sticker disc in. Your fast forward, you'll be able to scroll to the song that you want to go first. All right? You could just play the entire stick and record it in one go around, but I don't recommend it because then you can't go in and find the tracks. I highly recommend doing it song by song, so that just like when you're playing a CD in your car, you can go from track to track and play whatever song you want. So how do you do that? You just go to the fast forward, find the songs. You can put them in any order you want, but use that fast forward to select the desired song for track 1. Now you come back to your CD recorder, which is down here, and you're going to press, guess what? Record! Imagine that. Now you're ready to go. Then you're going to press the play pause on the CD recorder. The red recording sign will appear in the display screen. Give a little lead time, like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Give it a 2 or 3 second lead time so that it doesn't start recording right off the bat. Then you go up to the music recorder and you hit play, and your song starts. It is in real time. There's no fast way to do this. So then you just have to sit there and wait for your song to be done. There's no other way to do it.
Dawn,
Uh-huh.
if you're using the stick, do you also have to put the pedal down?
No, if you're recording to the stick, you do it exactly the way you would do it.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. You use the pedal the way you would normally do it.
Dawn, you don't have to do that extra step though. If you just want to put it on the stick and give the stick to somebody and put in their computer so they can play
Yeah.
it,
Yes.
you don't have to do this.
You could do that. Yes. Absolutely. Yes.
I don't think I want to bother with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody would have to be able to put it in their computer and then transfer it over to the CD. You can do that. Yes. All right. Now, you're letting your song play. When the song is done, you're up in the music recorder, hit the stop button. Then come down and press the stop button on the music recorder. On the CD recorder. Music recorder stop, CD recorder stop. And everything is listed right here, so you can't make a mistake. Guess what? Track 1 is now done. It's that easy. It's just tedious. Transferring it is tedious, but you'll like the results. I promise you. I promise you. Now, number 8 is a caution. Don't make any mistakes, meaning don't let it run into the second song, or don't, give it 10 seconds of lead time, because you cannot delete, erase, or rewind on the CD. If you mess up, don't worry about it. CDRs are cheap. Toss it, put a new one in. Start again. Then you're going to repeat steps 4 through 7. So each song is in real time. And it's a little tedious to do it, but you know what? You get to listen to yourself and enjoy your own music for the hour, and it's not too bad. It's actually pretty good. Have a drink next to you, your iced tea, your coffee, whatever. Just relax and enjoy. Yes.
Okay, if you record it on your disc
Mm-hmm.
or your stick,
Mm-hmm.
how do I send it? My kids are out of town, so
Mm-hmm.
can I put it on email or a text?
Ooh, I think you can, but I'm not sure. Sean, do you know about that? The question was, if my kids are out of town, and I want to send them my stick through the computer. Can she email it? Can she email the contents?
Yeah, especially if you have, that's what's great about the MP3 recordings. If you have anything with an EX or EY even, if you record on an MP3, it's kind of a smaller file. You can actually just take it from your USB, attach it to an email, and send it away.
Yep. Yep. Uh-huh.
Matt, you can send it to everybody on your email list.
That's
you know?
it. And your Christmas shopping list is done.
Sing the song on the stick.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't even gonna bother with the CD. Can I do it that way? The stick and what?
You would just have to email it to your relatives, and then they're going to have to transfer it to a CD. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. If you're not on an MP3, yeah, now if you're on an MP3, if you can convert it to the MP3, then they can just stick it in their computer and play it. You know, just put it on their stick. Yep. Isn't technology wonderful? I'm still learning too.
Looks like Annie's iPad has a question.
Okay.
Well, she
Oh,
probably
yeah.
has a question, not her iPad, but
Hi, hi. Yeah, I have some recordings on just the Lowrey USB. I have an area. How do you change it from the regular Lowrey recording USB to the MP3 recording? Is there a
I
way
believe that is with the conversion. You have a conversion button on there.
Oh, I do.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep,
it's,
Sean.
it's in the feature menu. Yeah, it should
Yeah.
say, I think, recorder or something like that. And there's something called sync, SYNC.
Mhm.
Okay.
Look for that button in your feature menu, and it'll have you pick which song you want to turn into an MP3.
Oh, okay. Thanks. That
Mhm.
helps.
Mhm. Yeah, I have not done that, so thank you, Sean, for being here. Wow, I'm blessed. I'm blessed to have him. Thank you. So that's all it is to recording to a CD. There's not that much to that either. It's a little tedious, like I said, but if you follow the steps, and I've got the sheet for everybody, and all you have to do is follow the steps and just make sure you're there so you can give it the right lead time. You can stop it when you want, and after a while it just becomes second nature, and you just do all your songs. When you are done transferring the songs that you want to your CD, when you're finished, if you're not finished and you still have more to put on there, you can come back tomorrow and finish. That's okay. But when you're done, you have to hit the finalize on the display screen. When you touch finalize, it allows you to play back your CD in the car or in your CD player if you still have one of those. So that's what you have to do. You're not allowed to record anymore once it's finalized. So make sure that you have all the songs on there that you want. But if you don't finalize it, then it won't play anywhere else but inside your organ. Okay? Just little technical important points like that. Questions on recording. This should be something you can all go home and do. Oh, you are home. I forgot, except you're not home. You should all be able to go home right now and record a song and go, wow, that was easy. Right?
Dawn,
Yes.
can I ask a Patreon question?
Again, I'm glad Sean is here because,
Yes.
yeah, because Sean and
Any-
Robert do all that. Go ahead.
Anytime I print on my printer, I get nice black print. Anytime I get something from Patreon, it's a light green and I can hardly read it.
Oh.
I don't know what the solution to that is really. I mean, what I would do is when you go onto Patreon and you click on an attachment, like a PDF thing, I would actually download it as well. I think you can click on it and it opens up in the whatever the internet browser you use. It just kind of opens up. And sometimes if you print from that, it comes out wonky. I don't know why, just for some people. And then, but what I would do is there should be a download button somewhere at the top.
Okay.
And if you click on that and then actually open the file like on your computer, then print it, it might work better. It's kind of a
Okay,
weird answer, but
I understand. Thank you.
okay, good.
Yep, everybody here did too, so that was excellent. Excellent, thank you, Sean. Again, I'm very blessed to have you here today. Okay, but as far as just going in and recording a song onto a stick or a disc, you got it? Any questions? If you try it, you're just gonna go, it's amazing, it's easy. Yeah, it is easy. You just have to do it.
Yeah.
These are logical instruments. We think we're logical. We have to do everything in the correct order, and so that's why we give you these, so that you can just go right in order and do what you have to do. And if you mess up, so what? Now, again, this is music. You want it to sound like it's coming from your heart. I would much rather hear a recording with 100 mistakes, and if it's coming from your heart, your audience will know, because they can feel that. But if you've tried so hard to make it absolutely perfect, it's not going to sound musical anymore. So don't try too hard. Just play it and enjoy it. That's the best advice I can give you from now till the end of eternity. Okay. Now, if we're done with recording, I told you that would take 10 minutes. That only took 40 minutes, but that's okay. Yeah, there were some great questions. Absolutely. I learned too. I always learn. Memorizing presets. Okay. This is the other function of your disc or stick, is to save presets, unless, of course, you're in a fanfare journey, and those are internal. Those are internal. But it all works the same way. Well, why would you want to save a preset? Those of you who have been coming to my classes know that, like even today's class, I do setups. And I tell you exactly what to do. Now, it's not because my arrangements are so doggone good. It's because I want you to learn what all the buttons are on your instrument. I want you to look for them, and I want you to find out what they do. So if I say add golden harp, you have to find where it is, and you have to learn how it works and what does it do for your song. So these are reasons, and Robert does a great job of this too on his monthly Song of the Month class. He does the same type of a thing. So it's always good to find out what other people are doing on the songs. And it's designed to teach you the buttons. And I don't care which organ you have, even the ones that you don't have presets, just learning where these things are on your instrument will help you. And I'm going to tell you a little secret. Why do we want you to learn all the buttons on your organ? So you can use them, so you can have more fun. The real answer is so that when Sean and Joni and myself say, hey, Sue, it's time to buy a new organ, you can't say, but I don't know all the buttons on this one yet. Oh, of course it's not fair. But it's also so that you can have more fun and get to know all the buttons on your organ, because that's important too. Yep. Okay, so how do you record and save these? And why would you even want to, since you've already got rhythm preset changes every single one of these for whichever rhythm you're on? Category presets. You cannot have on a rhythm preset and a category preset. If you turn on a category preset, the rhythm preset goes out. And now it changes all 10 of these to be theater sounds. These are static. They don't change. The rhythm presets change every time you change a rhythm. You also have general presets. That means that these 8 or 10 are sounds unto themselves without having, you don't have anything on. No banks, no rhythm presets, no category presets. Then they become general presets. Okay. This was already done in a lesson that Robert did, so I'm just doing a very quick review. Your bank presets already have 10 or more sounds in them. If I press C, I have 10 church type organ sounds. B gives me Hammond organ sounds. A gives me Sweet Lowry organ sounds. D is orchestral sounds, and E is novelty sounds. These are your programmable sounds. These are where you save your own sounds. That's where you save your own sounds. Many of you have done this many, many times. One thing that I like to do is steal a sound. Steal a sound. Why would you want to steal a sound? Well, we were working, what one was that? California Girls? And we wanted to steal a sound from, what was it, rock and roll. We were in 50s swing rock, I think. And we found that, no, that wasn't the one. It wasn't 50s swing rock. It was a different one. Bandstand. We were in bandstand. Well, we didn't like bandstand for the rhythm, but we found out that the sound was the 60s organ that we were looking for. Sometimes you can find a sound in one place, but we don't want to use that background. So this is the background, and we were doing California Girls. That isn't going to sound right for California Girls. So that sound is perfect, and this sound is perfect. That's perfect too, but not that rhythm. So I want to steal this preset. How do I do that? All right, I'm going to memorize it into one of the bank presets. Memorize. You push memorize. You pick one of the banks. Let's pick, oh, I don't want to erase some of my stuff. Let's pick the B bank for fun. B does not light up. Do not let that get to you. But it says B in the window. Then I'm going to touch 1. You could leave it in 0 if you want. And 1 did not light up. Do not let that get to you because it says so in the window. Memorizing 2, preset B1. Do I want it with style? Absolutely not. Because I'm trying to steal this to put it with a different style. Do I want it with transpose? Probably not. So I'm going to leave both of those with no. So all I'm going to do is memorize B1, and then I'm going to come back and turn my memorize button off, which finalizes it. It says in the window, memorized 2, B1, and the screen goes away and comes back to my regular screen. So now I can find a different rhythm, the one that I really wanted. What did we decide on, girls? What did we decide worked on that? Classic beach, of course classic beach. But we didn't like any of the presets there. Or maybe we did, but we wanted to use something. Oh, shuffle was the one. If we used shuffle, which is basic contempo, there's no 60s organ there. So that's good for California Girls, but I don't like any of the rhythm presets. I don't like any of them. So now if I go to B1, whoops, yeah, I had something in there already. But the B1 will have in there, it will have in there that sound. I already had something in there and it didn't erase my old background, so my apologies. But that's how you steal a sound. Okay? So you can, if you find a sound, like a lot of us like at Christmas time, we love that sleigh bells sound. We absolutely love that sleigh bell sound. But don't you get sick of playing all your Christmas music on the same background? Yeah. So if I wanted to steal that sound, I could do it the same way. I just go to memorize, B or wherever I am, pick another number, no background, without style, without transpose, turn your memorize button off. Now I can find a different rhythm and steal that sound. And just go to B9 or wherever I put it, and now you've got a different rhythm with a different sound. So you can use saving your presets to steal a sound from one place to another. Some of you have category presets where you have a more button. If you have a more button, You have to go in and see which page is it on. Okay, I want to go into sound effects. It's on page 2. And then I want to look and see what I have. And I want the sci-fi. And I want that sound. Okay? Well, how many buttons did I have to push to get there? A lot. If it's more than a 1-button push, you might want to save that to a preset that's going to be fast and easy to get to. Okay? So if you happen to have a category preset that's someplace hard to get, like the more button, and you want to use that frequently, or you want to use it for a different rhythm, then you can save that into one of your banks. Memorize A1 with style no, with transpose no, and then turn your memorize button off, and now that sound will be where you put it. Now I can search for all my different backgrounds, find the right background, and then I can go to whatever I had that sound in. And mixing a rhythm with a new sound and getting to it quickly. Okay? So you can steal a sound from one place to another, and so you can mix and match the sounds. So now you've got kind of like infinite number of combinations. Wow. You can also design your own sounds and save them to presets. And I think one of us will probably do a Christmas designing sounds. I always like to do bells, a whole designer set on how to design your own bell sounds for Christmas and save them. So I'm not going to get into designing sounds right now. But that's just you going, I want one of these and one of these and 2 of these, and I want to put some duet on, and I want this one to be lower, and you're designing your own sound. And when you get the exact right thing, then you save it so that you have it. Because what happens when you hit the next preset? It all goes away. You can save one preset on A1, then you can save one into A2, A3. Okay, you've got all those different numbers to save. And that's how many? Well, it's 10 plus the 0, that's 11, times 5, that's a lot. How do you name them? I don't worry about naming them too much until I get to putting them on the stick. You don't need to name them because they're temporary until you save them to your stick or disk. Yeah. So don't worry about naming them. But you might want to keep a notebook. That being said, that's actually a good point. Keep a notebook of what sounds you're putting where. Usually once you find the right music background and the right sound that you want, now you can resave it into the same slot, only this time save it with the rhythm style and transpose as you wish, if you wish. Okay? Then you save it again, only now you're just going to push different things. And it's just going to write on top of the one that you just did that was just a sound. Okay? Got it? Yeah.
Daun,
Yes.
where do you find the George Shearing piano?
George Shearing. It's in different places and different organs. I believe it's in a show category. I could be wrong. No, I think it's in the show category in the E organs. Now, I also know that George Shearing is in Johnny Chance's, right? Okay. It's also in the Gonna take a sentimental journey. That there, don't get old. You forget things. But I know it's in Johnny Chance's. So
Okay.
if I would go to Johnny Chance's, okay, and I touch that, I know that I've got. That's a really nice George Shearing sound right there.
Thank you.
So I can just steal that and memorize that now into one of the banks, and now I've got it for other songs with different backgrounds.
Daun,
Yeah.
it's also under more, under jazz.
Oh, it's under the jazz. Okay.
Jazz.
Yep.
Near 9.
Yep. So if you know where it is, it's easy to get to. That's a wonderful thing. If you know a song that it's in, then you steal it. You steal it and put it into
Okay.
a bank, and then you can use it for whatever background you want.
Dawn, I have a question.
Yes. Whoop, hold on. We have a question in store.
When you save the different presets,
Mhm.
Do they disappear if you turn your, if you don't save them, they'll disappear? correct?
Good question. No, they do not. The question is, do the presets disappear? The ones that you've saved to your banks, do they disappear when you shut the organ off? No, they do not. You shut your organ off, everything stays the same. Okay, now, here's the thing. If somebody else comes in with their stick and says, "Oh, Dawn," this happened to me once. I had my whole concert set up on on my banks, and somebody came in and was excited as all get out to show me exactly what they were doing. And they said, "I want to show you what I just did." Go up to the organ, put their stick in, and loaded the stick. Guess what happened to all my presets? Gone. So, what is the lesson? The lesson is, if you've got a lot of presets that you like and you're using, you save them to a stick or disk as soon as you can, so you don't lose them. The other thing is, if lightning hits or you have an electrical surge, it can erase them all. Most of the time on the bigger organs it doesn't, because there's a lot of good stuff built in that holds everything. But yeah, anything can happen. So if you've got something that you truly love, what happens if your organ went wonky and you had to do a hard reset? Doing a hard reset will erase all your presets. So save them often. Save them often, because you can digitally put one bank on top of another and it doesn't matter. Okay, Robert mentions that Diapason and Holidays were in category setups. These are not on the Rialto. Oops. Is there a way to find it somewhere else? It sounded good. The definitive answer is upgrade the organ to get one. However, no, you just have to search. That would be a good one to search for song setups. If you have like some favorite holiday songs, go to your song setups and see what it brings up for you. And if you like the sound, save it to a bank. Like, go to Frosty the Snowman, see what it brings up. If you like the sound, save it to like A1. Then go to Sleigh Bells, see what kind of a sound it gives you. If you like the sound, save it to A2. So then you're going to save holiday sounds. You're going to make your own holiday sounds. We can get into that more at Christmas time. We can design our own sounds and make our own banks full of holiday sounds and then put them on our sticks so we have them. Yeah, that's not every organ is going to have all the categories that are there.
Okay, thank you very much.
So yeah, you just have to search. It's a lot of searching, but guess what? You're finding out what your organ can do for you, and that's what's so cool about just sitting and pushing buttons. Sometimes just going through song setup will give you some great ideas for some other songs. You might find a sound that you go, "Oh my God, that's incredible." Save the sound, not the music style, but just the sound, into a bank preset so you can pull it up and use it on a different song. Are you getting some ideas?
Certainly.
You use the Paper Moon setup on a lot of your songs. Yeah, see, Dennis is using Paper Moon setup. But find something that you love, and that's something else about song setup. If you know that you love the background and the sounds, and you know that a different song works, just write that in your notes. Go to Paper Moon song setup, and that might be all you need for that. Okay, now, how do you organize once you have all your presets saved here? Oops, somebody came in? Oh, okay. Alrighty. Thank you.
On,
Yes.
I have a question. If you're trying to save, you have a medley of 4 or 5 songs,
Mhm.
but you're not using any setup, you're just using whatever the book gives you.
Okay.
To play like part of one song and part of another. Do you save them on memorize A1 and then the next song memorize A2? Or do you memorize A and then memorize B? So that if you have 5 songs, do you memorize one on each bank setup? Or do you memorize A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
I would go A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in order that way. And then when you're done with those, you can go to B. Now, I have another handout. Okay. And it's called Memorizing Presets Part 2 because I did a complete hour on this long time ago on how to organize your presets onto your stick or disk. Because yeah, if you do a lot of saving, you're going to have to save it to your stick or disk, and how do you do that? All right, one, you can keep it easy, and I will have this on Patreon as well. Keep it easy. Memorize each song with different setups onto the A bank only. Just use A bank. Forget about B, C, D, and E. Just do one song in the A bank. So you might have, for example, A1 is your intro. You know, it's going to be like my A1, A2, you know, when I give you stuff, arrangements for songs. A2 might be second verse, use the trumpet. A3 would be add the chorus and the full orchestra, add AOC. A4 could be verse 3 with the piano, strings, and bells. A5 could be a great big chorus ending with the full orchestra and full AOC. Okay, and you've got all these presets lined up in a row for that song. Then stop. You might have only used A1 through 5. Save it to the device so that now that file is just that song. Okay? Then it's easier to find because then you name it on your device. And it's a lot easier to have one song per file and always just be in the A bank. Okay? Now you can make it harder. You can put 2 songs into each file. You can memorize one song into the A bank and one song into the B bank. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's your first song. Second song, you're going to go to the B bank. B 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all your new sounds in the B bank. And then when you name the song, you can still put the names of 2 songs. You could put like example A equals Yellow Days, but you're going to abbreviate the title, and B equals More. So those would be the 2 songs that I have setups for. Now remember, these are not recordings of the song. These are just the presets to the songs. You can make it even harder and more space saving by putting 3 to 5 songs in a file. For example, you can memorize one song in the A bank, the second song in B, the third in C, the fourth in D, the fifth in E. Or you can even have 2 songs in an A file. If you only use A1 through 5 for one song, you can use A6 through 10 for another song. Ooh. But now how do you organize and keep it simple? You need a notebook. You absolutely need a notebook. Okay? And then when you name the file, it will have to be a general file. Like you might want to put Latin love songs in your file name. And then you'd have to pull out your notebook that says Latin love songs. A1 through 5 equals Yellow Days. A6 through 10 equals More. B1 through 3 equals Spanish Eyes, or whatever it is. Okay? So then you absolutely need to have your notebook out. But again, I've got all this here too. And it's just a matter of how you like to organize things and how much stuff you want to put on a stick. Usually I'll put it in concerts. Like this is my concert with my last one that I did, the Name That Tune concert, that was songs with light and dark. I'll just put light dark concert. And then I'll have my A bank, my B bank, and my C bank all there. Because when you save, it saves all 5 of these banks, regardless of which ones you actually used. Not if you put them on your stick. Now, how do you erase them all? I don't want to do it here because I got some stuff on here that I've been using. But if you want to erase all these, there are 2 ways to erase your presets. You can do the hard reset, which is the E, F, A, B, C. That's your hard reset. Y'all know how to do that, right? Okay. Or you can go in the window and scroll. You touch your features and scroll until it says reset, and you're going to have a choice: total reset or reset presets. And just touch reset presets and they'll all be reset. Or there's a shortcut. You can press and hold the memorize button, tap the reset button, and it will completely erase all of these, all your bank presets. So don't do that unless you absolutely have everything saved to your stick or your disk.
What do you mean by that, Dawn? Press, not memorize, and then tap, reset, what's that mean? Oh.
Press your memorize, press and hold it, then just tap, not cap, tap, T-A-P, tap the reset, okay? And it'll tell you in your window when it's done. It'll say presets, reset. Mm-hmm. Yep. Good, very good. Any more questions? We could talk about recording and memorizing. Actually, it's the presets that take more time. But go home and try memorizing. Go home and record a song. I think you're going to amaze yourself at how absolutely easy it is to record yourself. There's nothing to it. You just have to follow the instructions, because guess what? This is the logical guy, and our logic doesn't always match the logic of the machines. We think we're more logical. Ha, we're humans. So everything will be here on Patreon. How to record a song to a USB or a disc. And then how to record to a CD from a USB or a disc. Okay? And then how to memorize presets and organize them. Do I have notes for memorizing presets part 1? You know what? I lost them. I don't know where they are. I'm going to have to just go back in and rewrite another one. Yeah, of how to memorize presets part 1. I've got it in a file someplace, or I threw it away. I can't find it to save my soul. I did look. You guys are absolutely awesome. That's it. That's it for me today. Join us again for another fabulous variety class, and I don't know who will be teaching it, but it's always, you can learn one thing. If you learn one thing from every class you go to, and I don't care who's teaching it, you are 100% successful.
Thank you very much. Wonderful class.
Thank you, Dawn.
Great class, thanks, Dawn.
You guys are awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Dawn.
Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Dawn.
You're welcome. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you for being here. Couldn't do it without you.
Thank you.